Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley if you are new here. Today is actually Thursday. It is the 20th of November. It's currently 5:33 p.m. And as you've seen, I just got home from work, changed into some comfy clothes. And Thursdays are typically the days that I like to reset my home for the week, simply because even though I do usually work from home on Fridays, they can be a little bit unpredictable. Tomorrow being case in point, because I do have to go into office and I just rather not risk not being able to get my house together for the Sabbath on a Friday. So I tend to try to get as much as I can done on a Thursday evening where my home is concerned, so that on Sundays I really just have to think about my mental reset and trying to get some rest for the new week. So I figured that today is the perfect day to actually do my monthly resets, just to start preparing for December, writing out my goals, doing some content planning and things like that. And I figured I would show you guys what that typically looks like. But considering, like I said, I just got home from work, I am gonna decompress for a little bit. I have been dreaming about this ice cream at work all day, so I am just gonna munch on this and watch a bit of YouTube for a while, and then we can jump into the reset. Okay guys, so I finished chilling for the evening. I chilled way longer than I should have because it is currently 7:15. But I finally have a to-do list of things that I want to get done this evening. I'm actually playing some Christmas songs in the background, if you can hear that, just to kind of set the mood, to get me motivated to actually get up. To be honest, because I did do like a deep reset last weekend just because my mind needed it. So my house really isn't that dirty. It's really just to pick up the living room and the bedroom and to get the dishes done in the kitchen. So we are gonna get up and finally get that done so that we can get this space together. I'm probably gonna also run the broom and the mop just to get the place feeling lighter, feeling fresher, and then we can go into some planning for the next month. So we are gonna get to this cleaning and see how much of this to-do list we can get done. So we are kind of finished with the major tasks for the evening. I managed to pick up the living room a little, pick up the bedroom, and put away some of the laundry that we had washed from earlier this week. The sheet on my bed does want to be changed, if I'm being honest, but usually I change the sheets and like my towels and stuff on a Friday just so that they are fresh for the Sabbath. But I don't think I'm gonna change my sheets tomorrow just because we are gonna be decorating for Christmas sometime in the week. And so I'm gonna be changing my bed sheets. So I don't think it really makes much sense to change them now when I'm gonna be changing them again. So I'm just gonna let the sheets that are there stay until we are putting on the Christmas sheets. So the last household chore that we have to do right now is just to tidy up the kitchen. Yesterday was International Men's Day, so I did come home and cook, some dinner for Leon. So I do have those dishes still in the sink because I just didn't get around to doing them last night. So I am gonna tidy up those dishes. And as you guys see, I am watching the nanny. So I'm just gonna wash those while the nanny entertains me, and then I will check back in with you guys. We are going to ignore the fact that I have an entire pack of pimple patches on my face right now. But we finally done cleaning. I took a shower. Your girl is tired. I'm pretty sure it's probably like almost 12 o'clock right now. But I did want to at least start thinking about my December goals because I don't want to go into the new month pretty much the same way I've been cruising through the year. And I don't know if you guys remember how at the beginning of the year I had said I wasn't really gonna be setting any like major goals. I was just really gonna focus on intentions, and I made my whole New Year bingo, which I actually have right here, which is ironic. Um, yeah, my whole New Year's bingo and everything. But every month I wasn't like being intentional about what I wanted to accomplish. And I did pull up my Notion template on my phone because there were like some major goals or major things that I wanted to be able to achieve this year. And I put goals in quote because like I said, there were like goals, but there were things I wanted to work towards. And I just wanted to look back to see, how much I would have actually accomplished now that we only have 1 month left in the year. And I'm not gonna share all of them with you, but I will share a few. And I'm actually kind of surprised that I achieved quite a bit of them because I really didn't think I did, to be honest. So the first thing that I had was to purchase a new vehicle. No, we did actually get a new vehicle in January. That wasn't the vehicle I was talking about when I made this intention, but we are working towards that new vehicle. So I think we can check that as completed given that we did actually get a new vehicle in January. So it was a 2025 accomplishment. And we are very much closer to purchasing the new vehicle that we want to. And to be fair, the only reason we really didn't get it this year was because we had to shuffle around some things because priorities, being an adult, life happens and you just have to shuffle things around. And that's pretty much what happened. So we had to move the car into next year. But yeah, I'm actually grateful for the vehicle that we do have. Because it's a really nice vehicle and I'm not mad at it, apart from the fact that it drinks a lot of gas. But I actually like it. Um Another thing that I had was to complete our home expansion. I am actually gonna also check this one as done because the home expansion is done. The home isn't done because you're always finding new things to add to make it your home. But I believe the things that are done are really just adding the cosmetics, the finishing touches. You want a paint in there, you want a different kind of sofa, those finishing touches, but the actual like construction part of the home is done. And I know you guys didn't get the official tour, but I'm proud of us. And I have to give my man, I have to give him his kudos because he really did his big one with our home expansion. And if you guys don't know, we did everything ourselves. Literally, we built an entire room and bathroom upstairs all by ourselves. Well, not like 100%, maybe like 98% because we did get a professional to come in just to put in the foundation just to make sure it was safe. But everything else, we did that ourselves. We did that, okay? And yeah, I'm just gonna have to give my man his flowers because watching him do that was crazy. And there were so many nights where I was tired or I just couldn't bother. Plus, I have really bad sinuses, so a lot of times I wanted to be there with him, but I just couldn't because I would risk getting really sick because of all the dust. So yeah. And another thing I had was to find community. Now, this one is actually very interesting because I feel like 2025 was an interesting year for me where friendships was concerned. A lot of the people that I started this year with, I'm not necessarily ending the year with them. And it's not a case where the friendships have ended, but the dynamic has shifted. And I still love these people wholeheartedly. Like they ain't going nowhere. They're gonna be in my life forever, right? But I just realized that I had to, I don't know how to put it without oversharing, but just know the dynamic shifted, the friendships haven't ended, but I'm still so very grateful for everybody who is in my life who has stuck around because I know I'm not the easiest to deal with. So yeah, I'm super, super grateful for those people. And I've actually also developed new friendships this year, which is funny for me to say because I've always been one to say, oh, I'm not really up for making new friends. But this year I made quite a few, and I'm really actually very grateful for the new people that I have in my life that I am going into 2026 with, God's willing. But yeah, those are just a few of the 2025 intentions that I had set. Looking at my bingo board, I realized that I did also pull quite a few of the stickers off. I'm not going to show you guys. But I did actually pull quite a few of the stickers off. So I was being very hard on myself, but now that I'm looking back, I realized that I actually did very well this year. All glory to God, because like I said, I don't think I was very intentional this year. I was really just trying to survive. I was just coasting through this year, guys. Really and truly. And y'all can see that reflected in the fact that I was hardly here this year. Like your girl was struggling, but I am so, so grateful that I have made it this far in the year. We are at the end of the 11th month. That's crazy. Like December is here. Like, what do you mean? It was literally just New Year. It was literally. But yeah. So, anyways, now that we have kind of refreshed the 2025 goals, I'm gonna sit and see if I can brainstorm some of the things that I really want to focus on for December so that I can go into 2026 in the best possible mindset. I know I really want to focus on rebuilding, well, not rebuilding, but like cementing my habits for the month of December, because I really think I have been doing well in terms of my morning and my night routines, which is something I did want to work on throughout this year. But I think for December, I really want to hammer those in so that they are all set for January mornings. So I am going to just jot down some things that I think I want to prioritize for the month of December. And then I will check back in with you guys and share a few of those goals so that, you know, if you are also trying to set some intentions for this last month of the year, or you trying to work on these goals with me, then we can do that together. So I'm gonna be back in a sec. So I've pretty much finished roughly planning out some of the things that I wanted to, or I want to be able to accomplish for the month of December. And I wanted to have at least one goal for each area of my life. So I had the categories physical, spiritual, social, personal, and business. So I'm just going to share with you one of the goals that I have from each category. So for the physical, I have workout at least 4 times per week. I have 4 to 5 times, but really I want to prioritize stretching because that's something that I always tend to neglect and my body pays severely for it. So I want to be able to do like exercises 4 times per week and then stretch at least 1 time. So that would be the fifth day. Then for the spiritual goal, I really want to get back to intentionally doing Bible study because that is something that I've fallen off on. Um, I've been doing my morning devotions, yes, but I feel like I haven't really been intentional about it. I've just pretty much been, you know, checking off a to-do list task, and I don't want my Bible study to ever fall into that. So I do want to get back into the habit of doing my intentional Bible study. I used to do it at least once a week. So that's my aim, to at least once a week do an intentional Bible study. For my personal goal, I do want to start meal planning weekly. I used to do it, but then I fell off, and I feel like we all ate healthier when I was meal planning because I knew what I was supposed to be cooking. I wouldn't just come home and eat junk. So I do want to go back to meal planning. I do also want to prioritize my sleep because I haven't been. For social, I do want to plan one social event. I'm not gonna speak too much on that, but I do want to plan something for the month of December. And then lastly, for business goal, I do want to use this time that I'm not gonna be spending at my 9 to 5 to build out some of the passive income things that I have started. Like I've started so many different things. Y'all know I have two I have 2 journals on Amazon and a guided prayer journal that I don't even promote, but they're there. I mean, they get sales from time to time. But I do want to like invest some time in building out my passive income so that, you know, we're not just depending on the 9 to 5. But I haven't really had the time to sit and flesh out some of the ideas that I have and some of the things that I already have that need some fine tuning. So I'm gonna be using December to do that. So those are um some of my goals for December. You know, Habakkuk, I think it's Habakkuk 1 or 7. I know it's one of the numbers we share that says write the vision and make it plain. So we are writing and we're gonna hope that we actually accomplish some of these things for the month of December. I'm not gonna speak negatively because they, you know, the whole power is in your tongue. So I'm gonna really work towards these goals, but I know it's gonna take a lot of discipline, and I have to admit that that's not something I'm very strong at, but we're gonna make it work for the month of December. Somebody can tell me why this man. Anyways, guys, he just got home and he is going on for my attention. So I am gonna go ahead and end this video here. I'm going to probably use some time to also fill in my December calendar with the things. Pretty much just move it from like my phone, my Google Calendar into my actual planner and give this man the attention that he is trying to get. So I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, remember that Jesus loves you, so go out and live like it. Bye, beauties.
Our people found a comforter who shouted on a mountain high. King Jesus, he has come for us. Una mama.